nights on the road, and I've had a lot of people say to me, the bar just got a little bit higher. So to wake up to a hot breakfast like this is absolutely fantastic, and we appreciate you guys turning the ringers off last night on the fire hall. So we did notice that you guys have an educational fund. So you know, in the spirit of giving, our organization is called Give to Live. We did some collections, and we have something for your Lieutenant Maynard Educational Fund. We have so this is for the great work that you guys did for last night this morning. There's 4 more envelopes around, so the coaches, can you make sure that those come in? That would be great. Thank you very, very much. And I think they also left some bars on the way out the door for us, granola bars and stuff, which is a nice added touch. And I'm trying to think, was there anything else logistically, Ash?
I think there's one little safety thing from yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead.
So just yesterday, we just thought, I know that everybody gets really excited when you're driving and you see riders on the road, but sometimes, like yesterday, Todd and I were riding, we were scared out of our minds because we were coming down a descent that had no shoulder, and we were leaving in that traffic, and the van went by, and he does really loud, which scared us. So just be aware of that. Like if you're going by and you're shouting your windows or laying on your horn for riders, maybe you want to just kind of think about where they are. Are they coming down your house?
Because I'm missing a couple weeks of school, I've got to do this. I'm going to do a project to sort of make up for my time, the lost time, and that is I have to make sort of a video documentary of this, of this trip. So if I just sort of want to get that on like team by team.
However you want.
Yeah, if we could do it like team by team, maybe I could just meet up with you at some point in the day, like maybe today when we get to Santa Fe, I could maybe start with team 1 or whatever, and we can just go from there. I just need to do like a quick 30-second interview with each of you, so I can sort of get footage for the video.
Thanks, dude. We also noticed that when we post Peter's pictures online, that our internet traffic goes up because all the ladies are hitting it.
It's that clean shave look.
Yeah. Okay, so I think next is Chad and Bruce. I don't know if you guys are reading something together. I just know you're on my mental list to call up. So, Chad and Bruce.
I think I'll start it. My relationship with cancer started about 62 years ago. When I was born, I had an uncle who was 12 at the time, had brain cancer, and he died about 4 years after. His name was Bothwell, and he was operated on at the Montreal Neuro, and I didn't know Bothwell really, but as I grew up with my mom, she kept telling me about him all the way through. My career took me through medical professions, selling and manufacturing medical devices. So I was pretty close to cancer and heart and things like that over the years. And my mom was a nurse, and I stayed close to her all the time. And then she started getting sick. And she lost her leg to cancer, to a sarcoma, about 12 or 13 years ago. And during that period, we had also lost 14 of our immediate family to cancer. So it's been a pretty tight relationship with this disease over the years, and pretty scary. Mom died 2 years ago tomorrow, which is 2 years ago, the day after born. She saved us from having to have her death on my anniversary, which was kind of cool. My anniversary is 35 years. When I was living down here in Colorado, I started having a problem with my teeth, with a gum above my tooth, little wee small mark. It was a red mark, and I noticed it after I'd had quite a bit of dental work done, caps across the top and that sort of thing. And I had a dentist in Colorado Springs that started treating me, and I was getting antibiotics, and it never seemed to resolve itself, and the gum started to recede right on the top of this tooth. And it went on and on, I mean literally for 3 or 4 years, and when Mom was about to die, we decided to retire and go home to Nova Scotia. Well, she hung on after we got there. She hung on for 3 years or so. And I got there, and 3 weeks after I got there, I did a referral to a periodontist. He said, I need this fixed. At that stage, it was 1 millimeter by 3 millimeters in size, a little red mark on my gum. So the periodontist did some work. I walked out of there with 7 stitches. And that was on Thursday. On Monday morning, I got a call. You've got cancer. met Chad. So the message that I'm bringing is that if you know anybody that smokes, I smoked for 5 years. If you know anybody that smokes, use me as an example. I've had a total of about 14 hours of surgery, chemo, radiation.
Delegate.
It's got electronics in it.
You awake, Paul?
See that? Let's go.
You're holding it.
You awake yet?
So this letter was written by a friend of Ronnie and myself who played volleyball with, and we recently found out that she had cancer this December. So here's Laura Lee's story. She says, "It's cancer, 2 words you don't want to hear, and you can never imagine how much they will change your life unless it happens to you." On June 18th, 2009, shortly after my 36th birthday, the nurse at the outpatient's registration notes to my husband, Tim, that a scope is not a very nice birthday present. I had been sick for a few months and going through rounds of tests, and got cancer. I was too young, too healthy, and no family history, and yet it turns out I've been living with it for years. Years. Shortly after being diagnosed, I found myself looking through pictures, New Year's Eve parties, trips down south, being with friends and family, smiling away, completely oblivious to what was going on inside. I look at these pictures and say, I had cancer then. Yep, then too. It had been very surreal to recall the great memories from photos that we put together with cancer that was growing inside me at the time, possibly going to kill me. Telling our son Alex was very tough. He was 14 at the time, finishing grade 9. I had no idea what was going on. How do you tell your child you have cancer? Not easy. I truly can't remember everything that I said at the time I was going through. And once I made it clear to him that I was going to survive, I was going to be around many years to embarrass him. It became a lot easier. My treatment started in August, and they were very aggressive. No breaks. I had 30 straight radiation treatments at maximum dosage allowed. 2 rounds of chemo. I also needed 6 units of blood during that time since my iron was so low, it was in my boots. I took the colon cancer that kicked me while I'm down to disease. The chemo caused me to lose some of my hair, and I thought it was a never-ending process of shedding. The radiation treatments were very intense and damaging. They tell you that it's going to burn like a sunburn, but they're liars. The burns were so bad that towards the end, pretty much every movement caused me pain and putting pain on, putting my socks on. Forget it. Tim wasn't around to help me. My feet stayed cold. And on top of it, radiation treatment to the pelvic region causes menopause. And because they were kick-starting it, their words, it would be even worse. Great. To sum it up, I'm now a 36-year-old woman with thinning hair, walking like I just got off my first 2-hour horse ride, and having bouts of hot flashes and mood swings. And let's not forget the ongoing battle to destroy what's taken up residence inside of me. Yep, kick me while I'm down. I've had 2 months of rest recovery from the radiation and chemo before going into major surgery at the end of November, and I became my own MasterCard commercial. Radiation treatments 30, rounds of chemo 2, hours of surgery 8, cancer-free, priceless. We learned on December 21st that the surgery was successful and I was declared cancer-free. Tim called it the best Christmas present ever. He wanted my mom to go celebrate, and I just wanted to go have a nap. I was still recovering from surgery, and I wasn't even allowed to have wine yet. Celebrations were held in June, cancer-free birthday this time. During my battle, I got to meet some of the most amazing, wonderful people ever. Such strong and amazing group of fighters, survivors, and supporters. Every now and then, I encounter someone who was amazed at what I had been through, and I can't imagine how I did it. My response is, how could I not? I had too much to live for, and I wasn't yet done. It's now 1 year after my treatment's finished. The burns have all healed up. The hair that had been loss is now 2 inches and growing. I'm scarred, I'm aged, I'm a different person coming out of this than when I went in, but I'm still me. I live with the scars and the damage done, the fears that I'll come back again, but I will live. Thanks for listening to my story and taking the time out of your own lives and your family and friends to do this. People have told me that what I went through has inspired them, but I want you to know that what you are doing today inspires me. Have a good ride.